The girl just bent down to pick up a pen she bought for 9.9 yuan, but in doing so, she narrowly escaped death. She was shocked to discover that the bus was severed in two, and all 30 passengers on board died instantly, except for this girl who happened to pick up the pen. She never imagined that she would become the one who slipped through the net of death. Meanwhile, blood splattered all over the girl. However, this sinister wind was not an ordinary wind. Death never spares anyone destined to die. Wherever the ominous wind went, everything was split in two. The girl, witnessing a hell on earth, staggered out of the bus. Soon, a second wave of this ominous wind struck again, and the girl could only desperately run forward. Just then, she saw 4 classmates leisurely strolling ahead. Mei Xia screamed at them to get down, but it was too late. She used all her strength to knock down the closest classmate, while the other 3 were immediately cut in half. Before Mei Xia could catch her breath, several cycling classmates ran past in panic. However, they were all humming little tunes, singing about how nice it is to go out for a bike ride. Unaware that death had quietly descended, Mei Xia immediately wanted to get up to stop them, but everything happened too fast. They were all instantly cut down by the demon wind, including the classmate she saved. Mei Xia was stunned, watching the hellish scene around her in despair, and the instinct to survive drove her to continue escaping. She ran through the forest, not knowing how long she ran, until she reached a small river with a bridge.
Arriving at the riverbank, there were also shattered bodies on both sides of the river. He changed into clean clothes, washed the blood off his face with river water, and adjusted his outfit.
Afterwards, with an uneasy heart, returned to school. But he could never have imagined that the situation at school was even more terrifying than what he had just experienced. Her mind was a blank, completely unable to figure out what was happening. Suddenly, another gust of wind blew in, and as a reflex, Misha immediately lay flat on the ground, her body trembling uncontrollably. At this moment, her best friend noticed Misha's unusual state and looked at her disheveled appearance. Her friend was full of worry and quickly took her to an empty classroom. Once they were in the classroom and no one else was around, Mei Xia's tense nerves finally relaxed a little. She recounted everything she had just experienced to her friend in detail. Her friend was full of doubt after hearing it, unable to believe what Mei Xia was saying, and thought she must have had a nightmare and was lying. The best friend, in order to wake Mei Xia up, opened the window without saying a word and held Mei Xia's hand to let her feel the wind outside. This is just regular wind. How could it possibly kill? Could it really be that I just had a nightmare? But things were far from simple as they imagined. Filled with doubts, Mei Xia returned to the classroom to attend class, but just as she picked up her textbook, something horrifying happened again.